guys, Work here. Welcome back to the bench. So today, we're going to be doing another list video. Now today's list is a little bit different. It's combining two different areas that I have little knowledge in. And those areas are guns and parenting. That's right, I'm willing to admit that I don't know anything about either one of those. But despite that, I'm going to give you a list of 5 different things that become way more obvious as a gun owner when you're also a parent. Now I'm going to try to get these in order, starting from the least important to the most important. Now, coming in at number 5 is that holding a kid on your side covers up pretty much everything. I'm not a big guy, and honestly, I could probably get away with carrying a Glock 40 or a CZ SP01 if I was carrying a kid. And it's two different things that do that. One, half the time they're sitting on them. And number 2 is, people tend to focus on kids rather than adults. So one key point that this kind of brings forward is, when you've got your kids, you can be more concerned with preparing for the threats that you might face rather than the possibility of printing. Because in all honesty, most people aren't going to be looking at you. Number 4, the value of a good safe. Now the reason I put this a little bit lower on the list is because sometimes people don't have enough firearms to need a safe. But if you've got more than one firearm and you've got kids around the house, in my opinion, you need to be responsible and get a safe or some type of locking enclosure to put your guns in. It can be a security cabinet, it can be a gun cabinet, as long as they are behind some type of a lock that should do the job. But as much as I talk to my 4-year-old about guns and about the 4 rules, etc., I turn my head for 5 seconds and he's back standing on top of the back of the couch. So really, how much can I really trust him not to touch these things when I'm not around? I'm not willing to take that chance. So a good safe is up there on that list. Number 3 is going to be a good light. Now I always have a light on, whether it's one of my tactical cheap shit flashlights, my big nightstand light, or a weapon light. I always have at least one flashlight on me. It's very important to be able to identify the threat, and that's super important when you're in your house, and so are your littles. Now, it'd be really hard in my case for my kids to be out in the house without me knowing it, but in a lot of people's homes, it's really simple for the kids to be able to get out of their rooms and out into the main portion of the house and be able to cause a racket or do something to get the parents fired up. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard a big bang or something downstairs, and I go down, gun drawn, flashlight in hand, ready to find a threat. Now, number 2 is something that I really didn't realize just how important it was until I had kids. I'd always heard the importance, and it really does make a difference in carrying a firearm. But to me, number 2 is a quality holster. That holster needs retention. The last thing that should happen is when you're rolling around on the floor playing with your kids, your gun falls out of your holster and is laying on the floor, easily available for them to touch or get a hold of. A good quality holster with good retention is extremely important when you're carrying guns and have kids. So many things can happen when you've got kids that it wouldn't take much effort for them just to come up and push on the handle as they're trying to get your attention. And you really need that thing to stay exactly where it is unless you make the conscious effort to pull it out. Now, the reason I put that higher than a flashlight is because I carry my guns all the time. And because I always carry them, I always have them on me. Now, if you are somebody who doesn't carry a gun every day, and it's just a nightstand gun, well then, obviously, a flashlight is going to be your top priority rather than a holster. But for me, because I carry it every day, and my kids are around me all the time, and my house design makes it difficult for my kids to be able to get out without me knowing, to me, the holster is a little bit more important. And finally, number 1 is the importance of the hostage headshot. Now, this may be taking things a little bit too seriously, but when you're at the range shooting at paper or shooting at that 6-inch steel and your accuracy isn't quite where you want it to be, the consequences of something like that aren't really fully appreciated until you realize that there could be a possibility where that's a head in a hostage situation, and in front of that is your kid. Now, I've admitted many times on here that I am not the best shot, but I know that I could hit that shot from any distance in my house. And to me, that accuracy, the practice of that activity, and trying to at least get that accuracy down in a calm state is extremely important. But I know that at rest, in a range, or in a competition, I can hit that shot. And the confidence to be able to hit that shot is super important. So that's it for this time, guys. Just my 5 things that being a parent kind of brings to light when you're a gun owner. Remember, guys, if you found the video useful or enjoyed it, go ahead and like and subscribe down below. Give me a comment down below and tell us some of the things that you feel have become more important to you since becoming a parent and a gun owner. I thank you all, and I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, do your research, get informed, and get to work.